Girlfriend slash mother of my child got caught texting a coworker. A woman I've had relations with around 2015 and then rekindled the flame in 2019 ended up getting pregnant and asked me to move in with her that October, and we've lived together ever since until now. Our son was born in May 2020, and she's blocked my family members and tried to get me to no longer speak to my mother and sister, and always suspected me of wanting someone else. And this is poorly written, so I will be navigating it. I'm a very open person, and I caught her multiple times in lies. She was self-pleasuring herself while watching our daughter at the time. Obviously in another room, I'm sure. She told me that self-pleasuring is like cheating. And okay, so this person, actually the poster, was caught self-pleasuring, and she accused him of cheating, but she won't sleep with him. Yeah, this is written terribly, but we will proceed. It made me a little insecure about myself. We recently split, and I found another man texting her, and I asked her about it, and she tells me it's just a coworker slash friend. So I told her, you can live your life and have fun as a single mom at 18. I would just like to know. So she finally tells the truth and says, yeah, I wanted to sleep with him, but he's gone, and that we needed a break. I said that's fine, but I'm still going to provide for the family like I have been for the past 5 years. He took on the challenge of becoming a father, partner, and stepfather. She doesn't drive both her parents, and both of her parents are deceased, and she only has her brother. I was doing all the right things, but she kept questioning about who I was having dinner with or who I'm hanging out with when I wasn't asking her these questions. I found my own place, and we're in a custody battle because she threatens me with my 4-year-old son, saying he's not your kid, get a DNA test, I'll call the cops, saying you kidnapped my son, and recently coming to my house, saying she's having her boyfriend watch over him when I get our son at night because she works nights. Is this just crazy syndrome, or will she come to the light and realize I was an outstanding man? I proposed to her last December and took her everywhere and her daughter and treated them like queens. Never did I go out to the bar, get drunk, not tell her where I was or going or who I was with. Never disciplined her daughter, and I was doing all the right things. So, okay. I have my son, and that's the most important thing. I'm just scared to get into a long-term relationship again. This person needs to chill because not only can they not formulate thoughts, and their thoughts are all over the place, but they also can't formulate words correctly. So I will summarize what just happened in case you didn't catch it. This person's been with this woman since 2015. They were on and off ever since. And this is relatively recently. She already had a daughter, and they brought a son into the world, supposedly. She's saying it's not his, but it's probably is his, or they probably made the son together. I'm not going to give ownership to either one. They made the child together, most likely. So, she was being a little bit shady with text messages, such and such. He wasn't really sure what was going on. Now, she actually has decided to be with another man who she calls her boyfriend, which means that they're full on together. Okay. And he is fighting to keep the son that they both brought into the world. Everything's making sense. And she's fighting it, doesn't want him to be part of the son's life, and is even going as far as telling him that it's not his son. So, in this situation, and I'll be brief here and then I'll grab some comments, I suggest you completely let everything go. Because at the end of the day, even if you are part of this child's life, you will have to watch other men raise him. And you'll be fighting tooth and nail to do so. And she will make your life a living hell. Your life will be over just for you to watch other men raise this child. And this child will resent you. They will not respect you. Because the mother doesn't respect you. It is a battle that you will not win. It will be you versus the entire United States government and this woman against one man, and maybe a lawyer if you can afford it. So don't do it. If the government's going to make it so difficult, and if she's going to make it so difficult, see, if she was on board with it, it takes two people to co-parent. If she was on board with it, fine, no problem. But it takes two parents to co-parent. Do not cut this child in half. Don't do it. Let's do some comments. Get a DNA test and find out for sure. If you are the father, contact a family law attorney and get primary custody of your son. Let her have supervised visitation due to her mental instability. If you're not the father, block her anywhere and everywhere. You can go completely no contact with this head case. I completely disagree. Do not separate a child from its mother. A man spends approximately 10 to 20 minutes producing a child. A woman spends thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of hours producing a child, suffering until the very end where she risks her life to bring the child into the world, versus your 10 to 20 minutes, which I'm giving you generously. Do not try to take this child away from her son. Do not try to take this child away from its mother. Don't do it. But yes, do the DNA test to make sure. And since you're not married, you're not automatically on the hook for child support. So yes, do a DNA test and stop fighting this woman. If you are the father, pay child support. It is what it is. You're basically in limbo until the child is 18 or out of college. Yes, you have made a huge mistake bringing a child into this world with this woman. You've made a mistake. Not a huge mistake. Not a huge mistake. It is a mistake, though, that will cost you 10 to 18 to 21 years of your life. Deal with it. Here's another comment. She's literally shouting it at you, get a DNA test ASAP and run for the hills. Here's the thing. She doesn't really know. It's a 95% chance that it's his child. Even if she was cheating with him, I'm sure she was also laying down with him as well. I'm sure. So, yeah, do the DNA test, but chances are it's your son. So, but yes, do the DNA test. And yeah, just know this, if you marry a woman, it doesn't matter if it's yours or not. If you're married, and actually I believe if you signed the birth certificate, if you sign the birth certificate, you're on the hook no matter what. So if you sign the birth certificate, don't even bother with the DNA test. Whether the child is yours or not, you go right. You stay right in line with whatever the mother wants to do. The mother doesn't want you in the child's life. Do not fight. Don't worry about it. You'll be paying child support either way, and you'll be splitting the child in half if you try to deal with the courts. And what kind of man even deals with another person in their own affairs? If it's out of your hands, it's out of your hands. Don't rely on a government agency to be any part of your life, to make any decisions that have anything to do with your personal life.